Super Mario Odyssey has taken the world by storm as Nintendo's latest entry in the famous Mario franchise. Known for arguably having the most recognizable piece of gaming music from the original Super Mario Bros., it's safe to say that everyone's favorite pixelated mustachioed man has offered us a variety of catchy and delightful tunes to accompany his adventures throughout the years. While Super Mario Odyssey is no exception to that, as it is filled with some truly great musical numbers, I honestly didn't think there was enough quantity to justify a thought-provoking top 10 for you all without slapping most of the great songs on there and saying, hey, they're all fantastic. So, to make things a little more challenging for me, today I'd like to present to you my top 5 songs from Super Mario Odyssey. So before we begin, I have to mention that some of the songs and footage from this list contain spoilers, so if you're currently playing through Super Mario Odyssey or plan to pick it up and don't want to know what happens, I'd advise that you hold off on this video until later, because honestly, the spoilers start right off the bat, so don't say I didn't warn you. Also, keep in mind, this isn't a definitive list as to the best songs from Super Mario Odyssey, but rather just my own personal favorites. So if you have your own favorites that don't show up on the list, you know what? I encourage you to let me know them in the comments down below. But now that I've said all that, let's take a look. Okay, question. Have you ever wanted to see Mario as an anime? Well, keep dreaming. However, with this song, Honeymoon Ridge Escape, you can at least hear what it would sound like if he was featured in one. This little number has all the qualities of a J-pop song, and if you listen carefully to the lyrics, it actually syncs well with the action taking place on the screen. The whole audio journey that this tune puts you through is both thrilling and exciting, and even boasts a brief moment that offers a tribute to Bowser's old Super Mario 64 theme. Pretty cool, right? While I really like this song overall, the main reason I have it listed as an honorable mention is because part of me feels like a portion of my fondness for the song is credited towards the radical in-game scenario taking place during its unveiling, where Mario takes control of Bowser. I mean, how awesome is that? So taking that feeling of pixelated stimulation out of the equation, for me, while still a jamming tune, that would place this down at a number 6 spot in terms of what I feel are the best songs within Super Mario Odyssey. That being said though, let's take a moment to appreciate it for what it is.
Shake off the chains, you're running free. You'll be amazed at all the depth.
Kicking off our official list, we have Steam Gardens, which is the theme of the Wooded Kingdom and truly has an awesome groove with a vibe reminiscent to a late 60s or early 70s style dance party. Honestly, I'd also go so far as to say that this song is likely the most out of place for a Mario title, but then again, that's part of what makes it so great. Since when you first hear it, in addition to sounding hip and retro, it also has the element of surprise to it. I also enjoy how during the intro, it fools you into thinking it'll be another beautifully orchestrated piece of music, and suddenly, BAM! You're standing up and getting jiggy with it. Not to mention, Super Mario Odyssey features 8-bit covers for most of the songs in-game, and while they all sound great, the version for Steam Gardens sounds like it came straight out of a Mega Man stage from the original Nintendo. In fact, let's swap it out and see what happens. Now that's totally awesome! Regardless, if you've ever seen and enjoyed Austin Powers, listened to the Beach Boys, or felt the need to surf on the Hawaiian tropic, then chances are you'll feel that the sound is familiar. It's upbeat, catchy, and truly makes the Wooded Kingdom an enjoyable level to explore through. Okay, so at number 4 we have the daytime theme to New Donk City, and I have to admit, when I first saw footage of a cartoony Mario roaming around semi-realistic looking people in a New York-like setting, I was concerned. However, the moment I heard this song after I first set foot on those bustling, busy streets, all my worries melted away. You see, this is a happy type of tune that you can play when you just want to brighten up your spirits. The horns take center stage on this one as they help to provide that classic big band feel, while the added percussion provides a hint of swing to the ensemble that just makes you want to get up and sway those hips. In fact, I personally found that the more I listened to this song, the more I would end up humming this tune throughout my own daily routines. Ba-da-ba-ba-bum-bum. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba brain. While sometimes getting a song stuck in your head is a bad thing, the theme to New Donk City is certainly a great piece of music that grows on you over time. Don't believe me? Just give it a listen and judge for yourself. As someone who studied music and truly appreciates styles from around the world, hearing the second variation of Bowser's Castle was an unexpected delight. Even the overall presentation and how the developers visually depicted Bowser's Castle in the architectural style of something spawned from ancient Japan, it all just culminated into a unique change of pace that was just a treasure to both see and hear. Speaking of hearing things, does this tune sound familiar to you? That may be because if you listen carefully, you may notice that this song slightly remixes the theme from Bowser's boss fight in both Super Mario Bros. 3 and Super Mario RPG. Just take a listen for yourself. Did you hear it? Anyway, the shinobuwe, which is basically what the Japanese call a flute that's made out of bamboo, is the star of this musical wonder, as the horns also chime in on the fun to give it a more powerful feel, fitting of the one and only Bowser. All that being said, I personally enjoyed the route the creative team at Nintendo took, with both the visual and audio presentation for Bowser's Castle, and that's why it's found its way at number 3 on my list. Ah, thought this would be number 1, eh? Either way, Jump Up Superstar accomplishes 3 things. First, with its catchy big band sound reminiscent of a classic show tune, to its well-sung vocals in both the English and Japanese versions, and even lyrics that mesh perfectly with the roaring instruments that accompany them, it successfully takes on the role of an amazing theme for the game's advertising campaign that fans have grown to adore the moment they hear it. Jump Up has also managed to boost Pauline, who was once an obscure Mario character that only popped up during games of Trivial Pursuit, back into relevancy. And you know what? I think that's great. Now we can almost guarantee she'll be welcomed as a much-needed future female addition to an upcoming Mario Kart title. And finally, I've already mentioned that the song is great and catchy, but if you've ever played some old-school Mario games, it also adds that right mix of nostalgia that hits you with all of the feels. Sometimes these audio blasts from the past can be subtle too, as throughout the song there are various bits of sound effects from older Mario games, such as coin sounds, jumping sounds, and even sounds from the original Donkey Kong arcade game. On that note though, I've gotta say the presentation that comes with this song when you first encounter it in-game is exceptionally well done. Visually, it embraces the wave of nostalgia that I mentioned by allowing the player to control Mario through a scene that is basically a pixelated tribute to his humble beginnings. Indeed, whether it's the vibrant sound of the orchestra or the flowing words of the vocalist, this tune is sure to be stuck in your head for a while and may even give you a craving to get up and dance. But in my own opinion, it's not quite the best song within the game. That honor goes to...
New world's calling out to you. Take a turn off the path. Find a new addition to the cast. You know that any captain needs a crew. Take it in stride as you move side to side.
Oh man, this song truly takes me back to when I was 6 years old and sat down in front of an old tube TV with my brand new Super Nintendo playing Super Mario World for the first time. Fossil Falls is what both Nintendo and Mario in general are all about. Just listen for a moment. Do you hear that? That's the sound of an enchanting and beautiful song that beckons you to begin a brand new adventure full of awe and wonder. If you're an experienced gamer when it comes to the Mario franchise, chances are that echoes of Super Mario Galaxy for the Nintendo Wii will fill your heart when you first hear the orchestra blast away, but that's a good thing. Super Mario Galaxy had a phenomenal soundtrack in my own opinion that rewarded the player with joyous melodies the longer they played. The theme to Cascade Kingdom, though, makes you want to stop playing. I mean, stop to fully absorb and take in its finely tuned strings, blissful woodwinds, booming percussion, and impactful horns. But you know what? I'm done talking. How about I zip my lips and allow you to hear it out for yourself? So, do you agree with the list? As I mentioned in the beginning, please feel free to let me know your favorites in the comments down below. And as for Mario and this channel, don't worry, he'll be back. But that's it for this episode though. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to this channel for more episodes like this in the future if you liked it. But I'm That Bald Gamer, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.